Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of FTB Interactions. And you see this block I'm holding? Yeah. I don't like it. The more and more I look at this block, the more I think this has to go. And that is why they're no longer part of this base. So I decided to buckle down and just do it. I exchanged every single porcelain brick in this place. We're now using Aegon, and I think this is a vast improvement to what we had before. I put in a lot of the ceiling as well. I tried to keep it quite interesting by having different levels. Obviously it's still not finished, but yeah, I think this is a big improvement to what we had before. The floor has also been changed. It's still stone, but I chiseled all of it to this panel version. And yeah, I'm really liking the look of this place. I'm a lot more inspired to be in here now. There's something about that porcelain that just didn't look quite right. And this change was long overdue. While I was changing everything over, I also realised that this whole farm here was one block off. So it all had to get shifted to the left one, and also forward one block. Yeah, big improvement overall, I would say. And also during all that time, we had our blast furnaces running, so we should have a significant... Oh yeah, look at all of that stainless steel. Some more aluminium, more stuff here, and a couple of stacks of rose gold. And in fact, I have the materials in my inventory for 46 more, actually no, times 9. 6.5 stacks of stainless steel. This is easily enough to start HV, so that is amazing. I'm really happy about that. If you caught the end of last episode, we set the knacker automation up, and we needed that to start Thaumcraft. I also went ahead and finished our Runic altar, and things didn't turn out quite as expected. So yeah, that was almost a catastrophic failure there. I had a dangerously unstable runic matrix. And if you're not familiar with Thaumcraft, if you start a craft here and you don't have the available resources, there's a chance for it to fail depending on the recipe. So if we look at the instability for the jaded amaranthus here, it's moderate. So there is a decent chance that this is going to fail if you don't have all the aspects. So when I realised that this was very unstable, I ran over, tried to grab the herba that I was missing. Basically, I put in terra instead of herba. And luckily I had some apples growing here that I threw in the smeltery. And I went over and grabbed some wheat, and that was able to finish the craft. But that was definitely a close call there. And yeah, while gathering up all the materials for this flower, I also progressed in some astral sorcery. And I made the linking tool, which was one of the quests. I didn't actually show that there, but this quest here for the linking tool. This is effectively Astral Sorcery's version of the Wand of the Forest from Botania. And I just needed that to get some silverwood, which you transmute from greatwood. But anyway, yeah, let's move on and actually put this flower to use. So to recap, we needed this jaded amaranthus to grow flowers for this Clayconia recipe, as these Botania flowers don't generate in this pack. So the only way to obtain this mystical grey flower is with the use of this jaded amaranthus. So to use this, I think we have to use, or put it in range of some mana pools, and then just surround it with some dirt, and it should grow some flowers for us. Maybe we have to link it. Oh, there we go. It just took its time. So we got green, we have to wait for grey. I think we've got just about every colour by now except grey. Come on, flower. You know, I'm beginning to doubt this even works. Look how many flowers we've been through. Still no grey. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, stop generating flowers, please. So now we can craft our Clayconia. Nice. So the Clayconia will obviously generate clay, but it generates from sand that's placed in world. And that raises the question, how are we going to get sand? Well, from Astral Sorcery you can use liquid starlight and then combine with lava. And effectively like a cobblestone generator, it will generate sand for you. So I'll just quickly show you here. If we place 1 bucket of starlight and also 1 bucket of lava here, there should be sand that forms right here. So then if we just place the Clayconia down, we'll see that it instantly transforms that sand into clay. And then all we have to do is pick that up and transport it to where we need it. So let's set up a system that, yeah, automatically collects clay for us. Okay, so I made a little bit more space and moved it up against this wall. This used to come out to like where this pillar was. I've just tucked it away here. I think I'm going to do like a little railing along this edge. I've also got a barrel. I'm going to put a void upgrade on there just in case. All we need now is a way to collect the drops. And for that I'm going to craft one of these vacuum chests. However, I am missing some pulsating iron. And this is a MV recipe, so we're going to have to make a MV alloy smelter at least for this. We're just short a couple of circuits, but I did start a batch of these last episode, which are all finished now. Excellent. And now all we need is our machine hull and alloy smelter. Awesome. I'll take you. Very good. Quest complete even. Alright, we're also going to want to filter this vacuum chest. I've just hooked it up underneath with some item conduit, just in case there's any other mobs or something else that's here. So we're going to just put a Ender IO filter in there for clay. Stick it in the vacuum chest and let's try this out. So if we put down our Clayconia, automatically breaks the items. They go into the barrel. Let's make sure to lock this. And we'll change up this cobblestone as well. Where's my chisel? Oh, wait a minute, that wasn't supposed to happen. Oh, we've just run out of mana, that's what it is. Yeah, so that's what I was getting to. The next issue is mana. So obviously mana is not infinite yet. And just a quick recap, we are using the Dandelifeon to create mana. And to power the Dandelifeon, we're using cellular blocks. So we're going to want to automatically craft and place these items eventually. So they have to be placed on these 6 slots here, and then this has to be pulsed with a redstone signal. And I'm not sure exactly how we're going to be doing that yet. I know there is some sort of block placers that we can use, maybe these, or there's the annihilation planes, or what are they, formation planes I think from Applied Energistics. So maybe we'll just hold off on Applied Energistics before we set this up. But I definitely would like to collect the resources for these cellular blocks. So these require a bunch of farm materials, which is what that farm up there is for, primarily. So I think next we're going to move on to automatically farming these resources, and for that I was planning on using the Plant Interactor. This thing from Industrial Foregoing. It's not too bad now that we're in MV. So I think I'll make one for each square. And then set up some more barrels or maybe caches in front here for the items, and then we have to figure out some sort of auto crafting system. I'm not sure if we'll wait for Applied Energistics for that and just batch craft, or if there is maybe the Ender IO crafters that we can make at this stage. These? What do these take? Just some MV machine hulls? Okay, this is definitely an option. I'm not sure about this step, but for sure we're going to make some Plant Interactors for this farm. Man, I really miss my storage drawers. I made some Plant Interactors with some range add-ons. I'm just trying to make some barrels here to store the items in, and what an annoying recipe this is. So it takes iron screws, these wood to iron chest upgrades which don't stack, and it's also a whole lot of iron. I have to also make some void upgrades, which is also going to be a bit annoying as I don't have some ender pearls left. So I have to hunt for those. I've just been mining for some more iron. And I've had to make 4 interactors here since the Range add-on tier 9 takes polytetrafluoroethylene. And well, we're going to be getting that soon. I would like to get this up and running first. Right, this is a whole lot of GregTech chemistry we still have to do. Yeah, it's a big rabbit hole. Anyway, we also are going to need a way to power these plant interactors, as these take RF. And we could run a cable, or maybe run some diesel over here and craft a few generators. But I would quite like to get some wireless energy transfer. It's going to be useful later on as well. So there's a quest line for it here, but we have to start off by getting ectoplasm. And this is the material you need to craft all of the items that you need for wireless energy. And the only way to get this is to kill a spirit with magic. So we can use our summoning autocraft here. And this will summon a spirit, the same way we summoned the sheep back in episode 1 or 2. And since we have to kill him with magic, I'm going to use some potions. Okay, I brewed up some instant damage potions, and I made some weakness as well. By accident, actually, but we might as well use them. We'll turn them into splash potions. So now we'll try and summon the spirit. By the way, this zombie's been here since, like, day 40 or something. He's still here. And also, the summoning altar's in the middle of these sheep here. I need it back, please. Okay, I got it. Let's do this in here, maybe. So it's 2 lapis, devil dust, and blackened spirit. Okay, so we'll do weakness first. And then instant damage. There we go. And we got our ectoplasm. Nice. That went a lot more smooth than I anticipated, but I ain't complaining. So with this we can make a sapling, I believe, and then we can farm this material. So I think we can just right click it on a sapling, that turns it into a spectre sapling. And then we can farm this. And while I was building all this, I needed quite a lot of mineral wood. And since I changed this to spruce, I wasn't getting any anymore. So I quickly set up another tree farm out here for mineral. I'm not sure where this is going to go. I might end up moving this, but I think we're just going to piggyback off this system. And then maybe set up a few more barrels for the spectre tree. So let's maybe, for the time being, take off the mineral one. Oh yeah, and from what I've read, these can't be bone mealed either, so this might take a while to grow. While we wait for those saplings to grow, I was thinking about how we're going to do this Dandelifeon setup. And I want to use integrated dynamics, actually. So I started crafting up a bunch of materials for that. This is made from our mineral, which we're getting from our chicken. There's a couple items like this one, which requires a chemical bath, and so I made another LV version. And these just require some circuits, yeah, and the variable card. So yeah, that's something else I'd like to set up today as well. And then I also settled on this crafter from RF Tools. I've also made 2 centrifuges, which we're going to be making our tofu in. So we farm the soya, then centrifuge it twice, and then it's going to go into the crafter. Okay, this sapling is taking forever, so I think what we'll do, just for now, is we're going to piggyback off this CEU. So I'm going to put a transformer down here to transform to LV, since that's the tier of cables, or the tier of machines that we're using over there. And then I'll switch out this wiring later, so this is completely temporary. And we'll just run a cable over here just to get us started. Okay, we have power for the centrifuges. And I actually need a CEU rather than a CEF, because it's backwards, we're inputting from GregTech Energy. So let me get one of those. Okay, that'll power our crafter. Nice, so now all we have to do is power this interactor. And set up the farm. I think for now I'm just going to do one. And then in between episodes I'll fix up the rest of the interactors once I get this wireless energy going. So in fact what we'll do is, we're just going to piggyback off this energy. So I made up a small batch of these energy conduits, so we can transfer our RF. And this will power the interactor. And so now... Okay, it's already working, nice. So I just have to actually configure this farm. We're going to want a mix of beets, soybeans, I see you over there. Oh, he nearly got me there. that was close. So yeah, for the cellular blocks, we're going to want to farm beets, soybeans, potatoes, And we'll need saplings as well, but saplings we can get from here, so that's not going to be an issue. We are also going to be getting sludge from these plant interactors, this fluid sludge here, and eventually we can turn it into charcoal byproducts through distillation, and we're going to want these charcoal byproducts eventually, but instead of dealing with that for now, I'm just going to trash them, I think, and then we'll set that up later, because you get so much of this stuff anyway. I don't mind throwing it away for the time being. So I'm just going to stick it into a fluid trash just to keep the system running. And I've built this little wiring room down here as well. This is going to make it easier to wire all the interactors together. And I'll clean up these conduits. I'll move them underneath as well. Alright, I think I got everything hooked up here. I have wired all of the inputs to our barrels. So all of the inputs from the plant interactor go into the barrels on the brown channel. And then the soybeans get extracted on blue into the centrifuge, where they're going to be centrifuged into silken tofu. We also get a grain bait byproduct, which I'm just sending back to the barrel over there. And then the silken tofu goes in the second centrifuge above it, and this gets turned into firm tofu. And then this one goes back to this barrel here. And then on the crafter input, I have a item filter for firm tofu, potatoes, saplings, and beets. And then this is going to craft us our cellular blocks here, which then get output from the crafter back into this end barrel. And then from here we can put it into our Dandelifeon setup. So there's still a bit of optimization with the wiring here, but as soon as we get facades and things, it's all going to be covered up, and yeah, it's going to look decent. I just have to make a few more void upgrades for these barrels though. I don't want to void these ones, but everything else we can void if the barrel fills up. And yeah, as you can see, this is now working when I fix the input for the tofu there. The only thing that I've not got hooked up yet is the saplings. The saplings are over there, but I don't have enough item conduits to run there. So I will fix that. Let's actually double check if this sapling's grown yet. It's been like 20 minutes. I still don't think it's grown. Yeah, maybe it doesn't have enough space here. I'll figure something out. Anyway, I think now I'm going to take some time and hook up this Dandelifeon setup. I found this design from another guy here on YouTube called Hachuurui. I've been watching his Greg Tech New Horizons series, and I knew he played Interactions before, so I asked him about this Dandelifeon setup, and I'll probably link to his video on it. It's quite a long episode, but he explains how he sets this Dandelifeon setup up. So I'm not going to take credit for this setup, but yeah, I'm going to take some time and I'll come back when all this is finished. I realised that the setup's also going to take some auto placers, and this is not too bad a recipe, only it takes these Thaumcraft crafts to do, so I'm just setting that up right now. It's actually pretty simple, to be fair. Now that we have this new Thaumatorium set up, we can just put in the catalyst in here, and then it will automatically take the items from the jars. So once you get to this stage in Thaumcraft, it's actually not too bad to do the crafts. But yeah, there's some blank seals, and then I'll make those into the control ones. I just need some vacuos for that. Alright, so there's some portable tanks. Oh, I forgot these don't stack. We're going to need 6 robot arms. Man, this is expensive. Oh, and we're out of motors as well. Great. You know, I'm just slightly starting to regret not setting up logistics pipes, but I think we're committed now. All of this microcrafting is getting to me. It's taken forever. Alright, so what am I missing here? I think I'm missing pumps, that's right. So I also need more motors. Okay, nearly there. Haha, so after a cup of coffee, some thinking about and rebuilding it a few times, I think I got this working. So this integrated dynamics mod is actually quite interesting. I've only used it a couple of times. But yeah, it's very, very powerful from what it seems you can do with this. So the way I have this set up, it's capable of, well, we have an on-off switch at the top here, so we can manually override this. Right now, the current state of the game is paused, as this mana pool is more than, or it's outputting a redstone signal of greater than 14, which is what I have it configured to. So if this mana pool is more or less full, then the game stops and doesn't waste any more cellular blocks. And if we take this away, or effectively empty the pool, as you can see, the game continues. And this will produce more mana. And it's going to keep going until this mana pool more or less fills up. We might be able to catch it before the game finishes here. I don't know. Are we close? No, it looked like it finished before this was able to fill up. But the reason it isn't starting again is because this mana pool is full. The only issue I have right now is this chest here is for input for cellular blocks. Now we are storing those over there in the barrel, but I don't have a way of transporting them from there to here yet, as I've run out of item conduits. In fact, these were the last item conduits I have. I think it was like 7. And yeah, these are all being used, so I will get some more item conduits to hook this up. Or maybe some other system, I don't know how we're going to transport the items. But yeah, they're automatically being produced now, so that's not really a big issue. Another thing we have to upgrade though is our mana pools. So the ones we're using are only diluted mana pools, which are, I don't even think half of the capacity of the regular ones. So we have unlocked the quest for that actually, so let's see what we can do about making these. There's just some medium covalence, some living rock. Have we made living rock yet? We haven't, okay. So yeah, we're going to need to make some concrete, and for that we can do clay dust, stone dust and water in a mixer. Oh, there's a chicken for it as well. But we need concrete to make concrete. I'll probably make this off camera actually, but for now I'm just going to make up a batch this way, and then we'll craft our upgraded mana pools for this system. Okay, I got a small batch of concrete, let's make it into living rock. Time in a bottle for the win. And actually, we'll have to automate these pure daisies at some point as well. Probably quite soon I'll do that. And I was thinking about sticking them over there next to all the other Botania stuff. Oh, this is a sneaky recipe here. I thought we were ready to craft these. I assumed this was 4 medium covalence dust, but these two at the bottom are mana powder actually, so we need to make some phyto grow. And that's just some sawdust, some saltpeter, some slag. Oh no, I remember we done this before, didn't we? Yeah, we did. And we can use the plant balls and apatite. Okay, I can do this, no problem. And now we're ready to get our mana pool. Alright, that's a significant amount of mana buffer for us. Once I craft the other 3, that is. And yeah, we can now run our Clayconia, which is going to be nice for the clay automation. We'll still have to find a way to get the clay to our pulverizers over there. Or macerators rather. But I think some decent progress today. I'm happy with the way this is turning out. And I'm glad I got some of these things automated finally. There's still a bit of cleanup to do, but I can do that. And are we still waiting on this tree growing? Oh, it's growing. Okay, awesome. Nice. So we just have to make some barrels for the output for this. And maybe let's just plant the mineral again, just so I can have that for building. If it will actually grow. These do take quite a lot of space, so maybe I'll have to extend this out. I will have to move this tree farm, so if you have any suggestions on where we can put it, maybe let me know. I was thinking maybe on top of there, on that roof, and maybe like build like an outdoor sort of area for some tree farms. I'm not sure yet. Obviously it's not going to stay here though, unless we maybe build around it. Alright, it seems to have grown there, so that'll do for now. I just need a couple of barrels, which luckily I crafted extra. Oh, but we don't have the item conduits, do we? Alright, I'm just going to do this then, since it is temporary. There we go, that'll work for now. But I have to wait on a bunch of this growing, and then I'll harvest it. Actually, we need one for ectoplasm too, don't we? There, ectoplasm right there. Anyways, I think this is a good time to wrap up this episode. Let me know your thoughts on the new base design, and about the tree farm and so on. I'll put the link for the video for this setup in the description, so check that out if you're interested. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for some more FTB interactions.